Number 1. The glowing red light of Apollo 11. In 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin achieved a historic feat by reaching the moon, expecting their journey to be full of rocky debris, dust, and absolute silence. But their surprise was the appearance of a glowing red light that seemed to be watching and accompanying their spacecraft throughout the journey. On their way to the moon, the two astronauts observed a strange object flashing on the distant horizon. It was neither a celestial body nor a reflection of the sun on any known debris. Rather, it was a moving, steady light, alternating between red, white, and then red again, following the spacecraft for a series of miles. To avoid jeopardizing the mission or questioning their credibility by reporting an unidentified flying object, the crew decided to use coded language. They inquired with Mission Control about the location of the SIVB rocket booster, hoping it might be the source of the light. NASA confirmed the booster was thousands of miles away, ruling out the possibility that the strange object was part of their vehicle. The two men continued to monitor the illuminated object until it faded and disappeared from view. After their return to Earth, Armstrong and Aldrin acknowledged that they had seen something unexplainable. Aldrin described it as a cylindrical shape pulsated with light. Although NASA later offered an official explanation, suggesting it was merely a reflection of sunlight on a detached panel from the spacecraft, this explanation did not convince many. The object seemed to move intelligently, following the spacecraft for several minutes before completely and permanently vanishing. The idea that an unknown entity was monitoring humanity's first steps outside its world remains a question that still sparks debate. It may have been just debris, or perhaps it was something else entirely, observing a momentous occasion in human history. Number 2. UFO swarm during STS-75. In February 1996, Space Shuttle Columbia's STS-75 mission launched with a vital objective: to test a massive 12-mile-long electrical conducting tether in orbit, designed to generate power by interacting with the Earth's magnetic field. The experiment proceeded smoothly until a sudden failure occurred and the cable abruptly snapped, drifting away into space. However, the scene captured by the cameras after the break created one of NASA's most perplexing mysteries. Dozens of glowing, round objects began appearing in the footage. These shapes were translucent, shimmering, and emitted faint flashes of light. Their number quickly increased to hundreds, floating calmly in the darkness and moving in independent trajectories, as if following an invisible current. NASA initially responded that they were merely light-reflecting ice crystals, but subsequent expert analysis revealed intriguing contradictions. Many of these objects appeared to pass behind the severed cable, suggesting they were massive and very far away from the camera lens, not just small nearby particles. Compounding the mystery was that their movement was not random. Rotational movements, changes in speed, and deliberate maneuvering by some were observed. Speculation arose about their nature, ranging from electrically influenced debris or even plasmic life forms feeding on magnetic energy. Although NASA maintained it was simply an optical illusion, the original footage continues to spark debate, with some arguing that they resemble not ice, but a living, intelligently organized swarm. This scene remains a strange, fleeting glimpse of an unexpected phenomenon. Number 3. The human-like figure on the moon. In 1972, during Apollo 17, the final crewed mission to the moon, Commander Eugene Cernan took a photo that initially seemed to be just a normal scene of the lunar terrain. Years later, however, when NASA made the photo archive public, an enlargement of the image revealed something unsettling: an upright, human-like shape standing on the horizon, casting a shadow, which later became known as the Moon Man. Although there was no mention of it in Cernan's logs, conspiracy theorists were quick to point to the figure, which seemed to possess a head, torso, and limbs almost identical to human proportions, with a distinct shadow cast behind it. NASA's official explanation is that it is a simple phenomenon of light and shadow illusion, scientifically known as pareidolia. This explanation, however, has not stopped speculation about the figure's nature. They also share other ambiguous reports, such as the one concerning the Apollo 10 crew, which also included Cernan, hearing strange rhythmic music or whistling that they could not explain while orbiting behind the far side of the moon, which NASA later interpreted as radio interference between the vehicles. The mysterious figure in the photo has not been definitively debunked to everyone's satisfaction. Some see it as a rock formation, while others insist it is the remnant of an ancient entity or a marker left before humans. This silent mystery remains, standing alone on a rocky world that has guarded its secrets for billions of years, fueling the unsettling idea that humanity might have not just visited the moon, but discovered it was already inhabited or visited by others. Number 4. The face outside the window. In a moment of absolute solitude in 1985, astronaut Charles Walker, aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery, experienced an unforgettable event that shook him to his core. As the universe silently expanded beyond the window glass, and late at night when his crew was deep in sleep, he glimpsed what resembled the features of a human face staring directly at him from the outer darkness. It was not merely a light reflection, but a faint shape with clear features, eyes and a mouth, illuminated by the dim glow of the earth below. Panic seized Walker, who froze in place as he watched the face. After a few frozen seconds, as he recorded in his notes, this silent observer gradually began to fade into the void. In the morning, Walker found no willing listeners. His colleagues dismissed the sight as a mere optical illusion or a play of shadows. But Walker insisted on his certainty. "I did not imagine a reflection." Despite the explanations suggesting debris or mental fatigue, his description of the face's expression, calm and seemingly observant, still sends shivers down the spine. The cold vacuum of space was utterly devoid of any sign of life. Yet, in that brief moment, Walker felt as though he had been watched. Number 5. The Phantom Lights of Apollo 11. On humanity's maiden voyage to the moon, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin discovered an unexpected phenomenon: faint flashes of light flickering inside their heads even with their eyes closed. These rapid bursts, sometimes white, blue, or golden in color, appeared repeatedly in the dark, initially causing them concern over possible hallucination. However, NASA soon confirmed that the source of these lights was not an internal malfunction, but rather the result of a cosmic interaction. High-speed cosmic particles, invisible shells from deep space, were penetrating the spacecraft and directly hitting the astronauts' optic nerves. What they were seeing was their brain's reaction to this radiation bombardment, a phenomenon later described by their colleagues as akin to internal lightning or painted stars. Despite their superficial beauty, this event was a chilling reminder of the real dangers of space, as these particles possess the ability to damage DNA and cause radiation. Thus, every flash transformed into an indicator that space, despite its beauty, was also a source of silent danger. Ultimately, these astronauts learned to coexist with these invisible cosmic storms, completing their mission under the threat of continuous radiation. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends.